Hey everybody, and welcome to Player vs. Entertainment. Today we are playing Mothership, the haunting of Ypsilon-14. Right now we're going to make characters, so if you're watching this, we are on Patreon, which, thank you for being a patron. We're going to roll some characters and kind of discuss relationships between everybody, and then get into what to expect for this campaign. Mothership is a D100 system, so people will be rolling a D100 and rolling under their stats, or against their stats, as people say. And it is a sci-fi horror setting. There's also 2 flies in here, which is really fucking annoying. Whatever. So, off the bat, we have 2 players that already have some shit set up. Connor, if you want to kind of tell the rest of the group here what you have so far, so they can kind of figure out how they want to base their characters around that.
Yeah, so far. So as far as the classes go, I picked the Teamster. So this guy's basically like an old, retired from the military space trucker. That is what he is doing with his life now. His name is Rodeo, and he is just long beard, little unkempt, baseball cap, just the weird Oakley glasses or whatever, and that's his vibe. He's probably got like the little girl thing on his dash or something. But yeah,
some fuzzy dice.
Yeah, some fuzzy dice
on his space rear view.
On his space. Yep. So yeah, that's his whole thing. He's just a pilot. He's got a bomber jacket. He's like if Maverick from Top Gun aged like 80 years.
Cool. So the rest of you will be operating as part of Rodeo's crew for this job. Because we're only doing a one-shot, we're not really going to get into a wider campaign, but it would still be good to know how you know each other, why you're working on this job, if you want to be new to the crew, and stuff like that. Aaron will be playing the ship's android by the name of Hudson, right? Mm-hmm. There's also a little section for your pronouns, so write that down if you want to write that down. So Hudson, how do you know Rodeo? How long have y'all known each other?
I didn't think about that.
Well, you're on the spot now. So typically androids are representatives of larger corporations. Mm-hmm. I don't have a corporation name in mind. We're gonna use Nondescript Carbonated Beverage Co. So you are an android for a company that sells food items, drinks, food, stuff like that. And part of the shipment that you guys are bringing into Ypsilon-14 consists of sponsored snacks and drinks for the crew.
Do we have a big decal on the side of the ship?
That's up to you. Okay. I would believe that you're more of an independent contractor, so you can you wouldn't have a company logo. All the boxes would, but you wouldn't have one like a Nondescript Soda Co. decal on the side of your.
You wouldn't say Astra Cola.
Yeah, Astra Cola. That's a good one. So all the boxes would, if you want like a cool pinup girl, you can have that. It's your ship that you probably own after, working a pretty long life and, retiring, buying a ship and kind of
Uber Eatsing my way to death.
Yeah, doing this the rest of your life.
So I'd say I've met Rodeo like on this journey specifically.
So you're new to the crew?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because of the nature of this shipment.
So we'll say that this is the first time that Astro Cola, that's what we said, right? Is, sending food and drink out to Ypsilon-14. So they've sent you along to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Not that they don't trust you, because you have a pretty good reputation as a freelance freelance space trucker. So it's just to, make sure that everything's where it needs to be, the shipment gets delivered, and they, all goes smoothly.
Stuff.
Yep. And also to show the good workers of Ypsilon-14 that Astro Cola cares, and you are a representative of this corporation. Mm-hmm. If you hate any of that, you can say fuck that.
Totally wearing their branded collared shirt,
all of it.
My polo.
You have like a little logo here that's just like Astro Cola.
Hudson doesn't have anything special about his appearance other than he's bald.
Okay.
So I'm role-playing being bald today. Gonna see how that goes.
Role-playing being bald. Did you get it?
I don't think I did. What? Staring at me with it.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I think I figured it out.
Okay. Great.
I also want you to know I did change from firearms to explosives.
Okay.
for good reason. So I'm gonna play Mark Ramirez. A bunch of my friends call me Remy.
I think Ramirez is the last name of the Space Marine from Aliens, too.
Oh, is it?
There's like a Mexican
Yeah, there
woman just named Ramirez. I think
Yes.
that's what they call her.
Glad someone
Yep.
got one. There we go. But a lot of my friends call me Remy because they heard Ramirez in the military.
I turned it off.
Was in there for a while. Got dishonorably discharged for being too keen with the explosives. Whatever that means. But after being discharged, I was like, well, fuck, I gotta find work somewhere.
So you're just freelancing your way through space.
Freelancing, go with explosives, okay with the gun, some military training, so figured someone could use that.
Great. So we'll say that Rodeo, you hired him on as just some muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say he's probably a somewhat shorter, like 5'6" guy. Still has that kind of buzz cut from the military. It's grown in a little bit, so it's a little in that awkward phase. And you can definitely see that his eyebrows have been like singed off and
Joseph.
have regrown a couple times.
Got him.
Oh, God.
Yay!
He's dead.
Good
We
job.
got him.
Nice.
All right.
One more to go.
Sorry, what were we saying?
No, you're good. So he's kind of got that like slightly grown in buzz cut of someone who's just out of the military long enough for the hair to regrow, but not long enough for it to actually have come back.
That weird, like,
Yeah.
Middle stage.
That really awkward phase. His eyebrows, you can clearly tell, but like been singed off and have regrown at least a few times. He's kind of wiry, like 5'6", and he's always like, you can tell, like jittery.
okay, cool. And then Evan as the ship scientist, nondescript. What's your deal? Why are you here?
My name's Nathan, and I'm a robotics engineer. So either I can be sent by the company to help repair the robot, or repair, what's your name?
Hudson.
Repair Hudson whenever Hudson has malfunctions, or just general.
And maybe-
Or you could have hired me just as general
Maybe
repairs.
we're going to this mining place to fix the vending machine and stock it. Maybe you're like the vending machine
They
repair
sent
guy.
a robotic
Hey,
scientist.
I-
You're like a
I
grad
love that.
student.
This works.
They're very
This works.
high tech vending
It's
machines.
just so the job market's not good right now.
It's
for
just not
robotics students.
It's really
Yeah.
not.
You know, vending machines are robots these days, guys.
They are.
Like
They got whole arms in there.
100 years ago, robotic students were wanted everywhere, and now it's just a hard market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now the break room comes to you with
It
a smile
does.
and a beverage if you have 25
Yeah.
cents. Or like $80. I
They
don't
still
know.
charge them.
Yeah.
Credits.
Well, you have to pay for it.
Yeah,
You have to pay for it
No,
walking to you
hundreds of years
first.
in the futures, we still use the U.S. dollar.
The US dollar.
You have to pay for when the vending
this a
machine gets
D10?
to you, and
Yes.
then you pay for something after.
Can I roll
It's
for my
just
stats?
huge. It's so
We will in 1 second.
Oh.
with a big smile.
I killed
And
that
it's
one,
per minute.
and I think there's another
They're having to
Yeah.
walk.
bug flying around. Okay, so Evan,
big-
are we going for the vending machine thing? I love it.
I love the vending machine thing. I think
So you do have a degree in what was it, robotics? But market's tough right now. You're just fixing vending machines as a gig.
Anything get by.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything you can to get by.
Connor, how loyal are you to this corp?
I think as long as like the work is steady, I think that's good. I don't think Rodeo cares for, and by doesn't care for, I mean he absolutely despises like corporate culture, like all the hang in there kitten posters. Like
Yeah,
he'd
gotcha.
actually rather blow his brains out than look
Gotcha.
at something like that. So he probably is not too fond of Hudson's just existence, just as like corporate representative.
Hudson would die for Astro Cola.
Yeah.
Hudson would lay down their life in an instant.
and Rodeo is the exact opposite. Yeah, he wants to think he's like some cool cowboy guy, but he is just delivering sodas to an asteroid.
Okay. And then Evan, what's your like 5-year plan to get, like past the vending machine tech? Like, what's your dream?
My dream.
Yeah.
Printers.
Dude,
I work for HP in the future. I want to work for HP.
which stands for
Hewlett Packard.
no, something else.
Huge packing.
Yeah.
Helios Packard. I don't know.
Helios Packard.
Helium packing. Yeah, there you go.
No, I guess I just wanted to make robots. Just in
Okay.
general. Want to make my own robot one day.
Okay.
Scavenging up parts from random things. There's random like things stripped out of the ship. No one asks.
I like to imagine the only thing that gives Remy any kind of feeling is watching something blow up.
Rodeo does like explosions.
He's just numb to everything else at this point.
Yeah.
When you've been 5 feet from a live grenade, not much else does it for you anymore.
You stared into that good God flash.
Yeah, there you go. When you
Saw
stare
shaking their legs.
Saw something in the shrapnel.
when you stare death in the eyes, not much else does it.
No. That momentary high of shaking a soda can and watching
you.
it blow up.
Nathan's also in billions of dollars, not billions, but thousands of dollars of debt for doing robotics school.
Great. Yeah. So now we're gonna roll for our stats. Since you all have a class that will kind of guide you on how your stats work out, you're just gonna roll a D100. Actually, no, it says D10. Sorry, whatever it says on there.
2d10 plus 25.
So
for each stat.
2d10s plus 25 plus your bonus for your class. So Aaron, you just rolled what?
A 9,
So a 9, and then you add
25.
I'm writing my total at
Yeah.
the top. So you roll them all and then assign them, or is it in order?
in order. We'll roll them in order.
That's way worse.
Yeah, that sucks.
If you want to roll them all and assign them, that's fine. Whatever y'all want to do, agree on it. If you want to roll them all and assign them, that's cool.
We all that.
Yeah, I think a sign is nice.
Okay, yeah.
I like
So
that.
just roll them all. So Aaron, you got like a 9, and then you can figure out where that goes,
I'm
and then
not rolling well.
add your
Oh my
class
God.
bonus on top of that.
Oh no.
And then you don't need to read me your stats
dear
because I don't
God.
really care. But that's a sharp D10.
I got a 20.
I have a 35, 34, 30, and 34.
Those aren't great.
Yeah, I know.
Well, what about your...
You get bonuses
You get to
for
add
being a
these.
Marine.
Not yet,
Okay.
but
So, kind of explain kind of just what the stats are. I'm sure it's obvious.
So strength is going to be feats of strength. That's hand-to-hand combat. That's lifting things. That's punching things, which is hand-to-hand combat, and I already said that. That's probably also like athletics, like jumping, stuff like that. Speed is pretty self-explanatory. That's speed, whether that's running to things, running away from things. Probably kind of sleight of hand, stuff like that too, where it's like, oh, I gotta like pick this up really
Kind of
fast.
like the dexterity, kind of.
Yes. Intellect is going to be intelligence based, so that'll be your computers, hacking, robotics, archaeology, botany, geology, chemistry. All of those will probably fall under intellect. And combat's really just what you roll to hit in this game. So combat would probably be more for hand-to-hand combat, shooting guns, blowing things up. That's going to be like I roll combat to even see if I can attack.
Okay.
And then when we, so like in your case, Joseph, since you have the explosives, you would add explosives to your combat if you're using them in a combative way.
the highest roll I got on 2d10s was a total of 10.
Yikes.
That's
Me
That
too.
sucks.
My stats are 45, 38, 55, and 39.
Those aren't
are
bad.
really
No,
good.
that's good. Those are
Those
really
are
good.
really
Yeah.
good.
I rolled a 13, 20, 14, 13.
Great. Hey man, college degree, that's what it'll get you.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the same for saves. So you'll roll your sanity, fear, and body, which your class might also have.
So I just did, yeah.
They might also have modifiers for. Then there are some fun things. Then you'll do the same for your health. You roll a d10 plus 10 for your health. You have a maximum of 2 wounds unless you are an android or a marine, and then you'll have a max of 3 wounds.
Yes!
I rolled a 9, 8, 4. For,
The way that
I rolled a 9, 8, and a 4 for my saves. So
wounds work and health works in this game is you will. There's another fucking fruit fly in here. God damn it.
Finally rolled a 10, but it was for health.
Hey man.
I'm hardy.
The way that wounds and health work in this game is if you are taken down to 0 hit points, you will take a wound, and then your hit points will go back up to your max. Then there is a max number of wounds that you can take. So for Teamsters and Scientists, it's 2 wounds. If you take 2 wounds, your character dies. There's also a fun mechanic in this game not called anything. The way death saves work is you will roll a d10 and hide it, and neither you as the player or anybody else knows if your character is unconscious or dead until somebody goes to check on your body. I'll be in charge of that unless y'all want to roll the saves, just because I don't have a way to hide them unless I like went and got a cup.
Play Yahtzee with your death.
Yeah. And to be nice, to be frank,
You're Frank?
no, he is.
Frank.
hi, Frank.
Your characters might die. This has a very like
I'm all aware.
OSR Morkborg. If your character dies, it's just part of the game. I have some backups ready in case things happen.
I'll probably end up dying.
So just roll with
Not a
it.
good plan.
I'll
to
kill
start
you.
out
I'll
with.
kill you. Don't worry about it.
If you make it to the end, I'll make sure you don't make it out.
All right, I want to roll for my
What's the gain stress?
equipment, trinket, and pack.
So anytime you fail a roll, you will gain stress. Stress is just a negative thing. The more stress you have, the worse it's getting for you.
Very
when you
realistic.
have like a certain amount of stress, I'll make you roll on the panic table, which is a D20, and then depending on what you roll, things happen that affect how you play. Also, classes have a fun little trauma response. So for Marines, whenever a Marine panics, every close friendly player must make a fear save.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, "Oh fuck, this guy's freaking out. What's going
Oh
on?"
god, the guy
Y'all are gonna love me.
explosives is freaking out.
So does that mean did you lie about your dishonorable discharge to make you seem more legit? Then?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Huh?
Yeah. So androids,
Right.
whenever a friendly player makes a fear save near an android, they're at a disadvantage because androids are off-putting. They're scary. Scientists,
I'm
whenever you
bald.
fail a sanity save, everyone around you gains a stress.
I can't wait to be unlucky and make all of you gain stress.
Yeah, and Teamsters, once per session, you can take an advantage on a panic check because you're like, I'm too old for this.
Yeah. No, that's exactly.
Some of the fun panic things are like if you roll a 20 on panic, you just retire and roll a new character. You go, fuck this, I'm out. You leave.
Wow.
Which is really funny. Depending on the situation, you might not be able to retire at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Tire's a loose definition. You could retire from existing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to roll loadouts. These are class set loadouts. They're already here in the book. And I will just tell everybody what they roll. So everybody's going to roll me a D10. And then we'll start with Aaron and go around and just tell me what you get.
I got a 5.
You got a 5. So Aaron, you have standard crew attire, which gives you an armor point of 1. That goes in the bottom left. You also have a stun baton and a small pet, organic. We'll figure out the pet here in a second.
Oh god. I always get
If you don't
fucking
want a
mad.
pet, I can give you something else. Would you like a bioscanner
Yeah.
or a penknife?
The penknife is funny.
Yeah, because you just walk around with a clipboard
I'm
and a pen.
corporate, yeah.
And you have just a knife. You can have a penknife instead of a pet because I don't want to have to deal with that.
Tamper with a vending machine. You stand back.
Joseph, what'd you get?
A 3.
A 3. So you have standard battle dress, which has an AP of 7.
Get fucked.
A pulse rifle with 3 magazines and infrared goggles.
Oh, wow.
Fuck, I should have gotten explosives.
1.
You got a 1. Okay. You got a hazard suit with AP 5. A flamethrower, but I'm not going to give you a
You
flamethrower.
said
Infrared goggles.
Can I exchange those for explosives?
Because you're an explosives expert,
I'm also fine with exchanging the rifle.
I'll let you exchange the rifle for...
Explosives in a ship seems like a bad idea.
What do you mean?
Because it's kind of like you have your dress, you have your weapon, you have like an item.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. Evan, instead of a flamethrower, I will give you the option of... I will give you the option of a tranquilizer pistol or a kind of screwdriver with multiple bits and assorted tools, like a multi-tool.
I'll take
That's
a
what I was
multi-tool.
looking for. Okay. And Connor, what'd you roll?
I also rolled a 1, but I re-rolled. Is that all right?
Do you want to hear what the one was? They're not the same. They're
Oh, it's a
class
different for each
dependent.
class?
Okay.
They're class
Oh.
dependent.
One,
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
So on a 1, you get a vac suit, which is the space suit in this game. It's a
Okay.
vacuum suit, which has an AP of 3, a revolver with 6 rounds, a crowbar, and a flashlight.
I think that fits.
Yep.
I think that fits.
What'd you roll the second time?
A 9. Watch it be like a nuclear.
A 9 would have been loungewear, a crowbar, a stim pack, and a 6-pack of beer.
Wait,
So I'll let you choose what you want there because that sounds
You
pretty
have to.
fun.
you have that's a
All right,
6-pack
hold
of beer.
Hold on here.
Dude, how do you explode? Like, what do I? What
All
do I
right,
get
it's a
as
6-pack of beer.
explosives?
I'll tell you in a second. It's going to be like... there's
9
a
it
weapons
is.
table.
Loungewear.
Okay, so how many?
Because
how
I'm
many
exchanging
points
the
is
pulse rifle, right?
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're changing the pulse rifle for...
He said.
Oh,
Sorry.
I figured.
tell you.
Anyone
It's the
can use
Cookie
a gun.
Monster
Only the experts
pajamas.
can use explosives.
No, an expert can use a multi-tool.
So you can either have explosives
screwdriver.
and a detonator, which is kind of like C4 that you can like remote detonate, or I believe I can just straight up give you like
A bomb.
some sort of frag grenade.
I'll take either. Whatever you think is good.
A bomb.
Yeah, just an old timey bomb with a fuse.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Little clock on it. Like,
Yeah.
So what was in my thing again? It was
A
six-pack of
crowbar,
beer.
a stim pack, and a 6-pack of beer.
Okay.
I'll take the bombs and detonator. How many of those?
Let me roll me 1d4.
3.
3. So you have 3 kind of like C4s that you can set and detonate independently.
Okay.
I better find one.
Does anybody else have any questions about what their shit does?
I think mine's self-explanatory.
I mean,
Yeah, you have a multi-tool, which you can use as a... It has like a knife on it. Knife, pliers, screwdriver.
do they have
Okay.
stats?
What are you
Does
looking
my
for?
like stun baton have a damage stat or anything?
I believe it might.
Does the multi-tool give me like a plus to something?
Does my crowbar have an ACOG sight?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, it has infrared.
Does it have a?
no, I don't even know what the
Your crowbar is night vision goggles.
There's not a section for like...
Does it
melee
have an
weapons.
HE attachment?
And your 6-pack is lukewarm.
extended.
Fuck.
Just stick it out the window.
That's okay. I don't need to know.
Android, cool this
So nobody has a gun, right?
Is
You,
it
have a,
is,
you don't have a gun.
Is it a Pez dispenser?
I'll take it.
I gave up my gun
No.
for explosives.
Okay, so
The
stim
gun's
packs.
definitely better.
Guns are overrated.
I believe one of you has a stim pack, if not 2 of you.
I have a stim pack, but I'm willing to give it up for a gun.
Or for more beer.
No, not for more beer.
So the way stim packs work are they can cure cryo sickness, which is what you have when you get out of a cryo pod, which we're not doing that. You're not going that far.
With
You can also reduce stress by 1 when you use a stim pack, restore 1d10 health, and grants you advantage to all rolls for 1d10 minutes. You then roll a 1d10. If you roll under the amount of doses you've taken in the past 24 hours, you make a death save.
Oh,
So stim packs are really good. If you use a ton of them, they fuck you up.
Yeah.
So if you've used like 5 and you roll a d10 after using your 6 and you roll under a 6, you roll a death save because you've overdosed on stim packs.
sounds like Advil.
Does anybody have any other questions about their stuff?
I'll keep the stim pack.
I'm gonna be a stim pack conspiracy theorist.
So the crowbar,
Fluoride in them.
the
just wear a
crowbar
hazard suit the whole
grants
time?
you. The crowbar gives you advantage on strength checks to open jammed airlocks, lift heavy objects, etc. It does crowbar things.
What does the multi-tool do?
The multi-tool is something that I made up.
Bombs
Oh.
do.
Its multi-tool, it said, was a screwdriver that had like multiple tools.
Yeah, does it give me a bonus to
Like
anything?
it says, hold on,
Or is it just cool?
The multi-tool has multiple tools, Evan.
Oh, okay, my
I'm
bad.
trying to find it. It says screwdriver as assorted tools. Oh, so it's listed as assorted tools. They can be used as weapons in a pinch, and they do 1d5 damage. I don't know what the fuck a d5 is, but several things do d5,
What
and that's
about my
really
stun
annoying.
baton?
Your stun
How the hell am I
I
baton.
guess it'd be a D10 and you have it.
Oh yeah, so we
Yeah.
do D3s with D6s.
It's whackadocious, dog.
It's all that
I don't know. I
xenoesotericism
can't find it.
Yeah.
screwing up our dice.
It's
Can't
the
do that
stim
no more.
packs.
It's just
Astro Cola is selling them to us to make us feel better.
There's like
But
an eighth of a
reality,
stim pack in
40 years
every
from now, you're going
every
to
cola.
develop astro cancer. Astro cancer.
So, Joseph, the explosive charge are powerful enough to blow open an airlock. All organisms in close range must make a body save or take an explosive wound.
He's gonna kill us.
The detonator works at long range but can be blocked by a radio jammer.
An airlock, you say?
astrophilioma.
I don't see a stun baton.
Astrophilioma.
Oh,
There's
You
lens.
gave
but I said
me.
Akira Toriyama.
It's an item
and I
they
was
have
like,
listed,
what?
but I just can't find it in like the equipment.
They added sugar them to make them more addictive.
More addictive. There's just like a label on them that just says Astro Cola is ordered by the government to
Oh, yeah.
it's an addictive thing.
It has space cocaine.
Yeah.
In the state of California, it's labeled as a carcinogen.
Only in the state of California, though.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
In Easegard 6, it's actually illegal, you know.
Yeah.
I don't care about my stun baton anymore.
Cool.
I'm assuming the infrared goggles let me see infrared.
It's weird. It says underlined items aren't described, and it says use common sense.
Okay.
But
All
the
right,
stun
man.
baton isn't underlined.
I also relabeled.
Would you like something else?
Infrared goggles.
Instead of the stun
No, I
baton?
like the stun baton.
Okay,
I
then
think
you
that
can
makes
keep
a
the
lot
stun
of
baton.
sense for an android. to
Okay.
have.
I hate
We'll
to
say
do
it
that.
also does.
1d7 damage.
We'll say it does a d6.
Okay.
Better than a D5.
And on a 6, you'll knock somebody unconscious
Okay.
because like you've tased them,
Okay.
so they'll like fall over. Okay,
How about a
so
crowbar then? In that case, is that a D5? You think? If I whacked somebody about the skull with it.
we'll do a D6.
Okay.
D5 is stupid.
If there's hand-to-hand combat, they probably have unarmed strikes or
That's
something
a- yeah,
similar,
that's a good point.
which you could compare to.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I have a screwdriver.
Let me check.
I want my trinket.
Yeah, let me roll for trinkets. Everybody roll me a D100, and you're all gonna get a trinket.
Do you remember how to do that? Evan?
Screw you.
Okay.
We'll start with Aaron.
I got a 4.
Really?
That's actually a 400.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's
Sorry.
Aaron, you got a common pressed alien flower. You can roll
Okay.
something else if you want.
What is it?
It's a pressed flower from an alien.
Yeah,
Oh,
let
okay.
me re-roll. I don't like that.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
take whatever I get and
89.
work with it.
89.
Uh-huh.
You have a 10 meter by 10 meter
It's
tarp.
actually the last
Okay.
robot.
Joseph, what'd you roll?
68.
68.
One off of greatness.
You have a manual for moonshining with gun oil and fuel.
Whoa.
Actually makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I feel like.
That's hard as hell.
What is it?
A manual for moonshining with gun oil and fuel.
We just mysteriously, like gun oil and fuel from the ship, just keep disappearing. We don't know why.
All right, Evan.
But
What'd you roll?
51.
51. Fuzzy handcuffs. Connor, what'd you roll?
61.
61.
We're not re-rolling that.
You are keeping
That one's staying.
Quick, we need something to keep this thing in check.
What
Does
kind of-
anyone have any
What kind of
restraining
robot are you trying to
devices?
build, man?
we all
Don't worry about it.
We all try to question him. He's like, we don't have time.
Don't worry, restraining devices. We gotta go. Hey, you said you had handcuffs, right? Can we see them?
Connor, you got a pamphlet
They might be textured.
titled "A Lover in Every Port."
Yes. All right.
Oh.
All right, everybody's gonna roll me
got it.
another D100 for patches. So these are a fun little flare, like a literal like patch you would put
Flare.
on a bag or a jacket.
Office Space reference.
Evan, what'd you roll?
56.
56. A Soviet hammer and sickle. God damn it!
Why is he the coolest
That's
person
so-
ever?
That's so fucking funny.
Why
That's
do I
amazing.
always get communist?
Why are you
That's
so awesome?
crazy.
No, but the thing is, this is probably hundreds of years in the future. So this is like me wearing like an SPQR Roman Legion like sigil.
That's crazy.
You're kinky
You're
and a
cringe
communist.
history
I'm a
nerd.
kinky communist.
Awesome. Connor, what'd you get?
23.
23. Fubar.
What?
Fubar.
Fubar.
Fucked up beyond all recognition.
That's the acronym. You can roll a
I didn't
different
know
one if you
Your
want.
dad
I will
never
rewrite.
said
I
that
just
to you?
accepted that it was a
Mother
fake
Russia.
word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah, 60.
My dad taught me all about
A
Fubar.
patch that just says meat bag.
I like that. All
Great.
right. Meat
Joseph?
bag.
22.
22. A pinup model riding a missile.
Yep.
This will make sense.
Yeah. And Aaron?
81.
81. It's a patch that just says help wanted,
I like that.
which I think is funny because you're just trying to recruit people to Astrocola.
Yeah, dude.
So, Kieran, what's the funniest one on there? In your
I haven't read all of them.
Can read,
The
read
hammer
in
and
the
sickle's
nurse
pretty
one.
funny.
That's the one I like.
Which one was the nurse one?
It says
this
nurse pinup, and it has a little phrase.
I have to find
The
it.
louder you scream, the
I like to
quicker
believe that
come.
the hazard suit.
And
Yeah.
it's a nurse.
It says the louder you
Here.
scream, the faster I come. Nurse pinup.
Oh.
Wow. All right.
There's also one that there's a Chibi Cthulhu.
Oh.
There's one that just says Dilligaff.
Do I look like I give a fuck?
Yeah.
I know that one.
I like to believe that
there's a
the-
NASA logo.
You just
Oh.
made him a NASA logo.
As an android, I have an extensive knowledge of acronyms.
Of all acronyms. There's an inverted
EGI?
cross. One that says I heart myself. One that just says volunteer. One that says take my life, please. Please is in parentheses. Upstanding citizen.
I would love the upstanding citizen.
Yeah.
I like to believe that the hammer and sickle on the hazard suit just looks like a radiation suit.
One's just a flame emoji, and one's a smiley face that glows in the dark,
Flame emoji.
which I think is funny too.
Flame emoji is funny.
Yeah, it's just there.
It's fire, dog.
Fire dog.
One says I'm not a rocket scientist, but you're an idiot. All right.
All right.
And that's a preview of the merch store for Player vs. Entertainment.
Yep.
Yeah. The Soviet hammer and sickle.
Cool. So
Straight
I
up.
believe that's everything. Did you get it?
No.
We need to roll credits. 2d10 times 10.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Thank you, Evan.
Now I
I was
roll
about to be
well.
penniless.
Oh wait, never mind. It's a 5.
9 times 10. Oh,
I have,
90.
I have 50 credits.
I have 90
12,
credits.
12 times 10, 120.
All right.
Oh wait,
Motherfucker landed on the light.
2d10, not a d100. That's
Oh yeah, currency is credits.
15. So that's
figured.
100.
It's not money.
It's not USD.
Sorry, it's not USD.
Why would it be USD?
United Space Dollar.
It's actually yen.
It's rubles.
The few of Japan.
Oh man.
Japan made a huge economic comeback, and now they're the intergalactic currency.
Yep.
Like all the
For
old,
Yayland Wutani.
all the old alien stuff. All the ships have Japanese and English, like on the signs. Because Japan like took over in that world.
Okay. I think we're good. Any questions?
When's the potty break?
Do you need to use the bathroom?
No.
Coming this way.
We're not stopping till we get there.
It's on your Red Bull.
Are we there yet?
No.
It knows
Are we
better
there
than
yet?
No.
Yes!
Are we?
Got it.
That's 3.
I'm gonna grab a wing.
We need to have.
It's
like,
not. Hey,
Can we-
just disclaimer: we're not really gross and dirty. It's fruit fly
It's a
season.
problem. Yeah,
I think
JC.
every summer they just fucking start spawning and just terrorize people.
Can we have
Okay,
a whiteboard of fruit fly kills?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a
that'd
tally?
be good.
we're at 3.
Yeah.
I wasn't lying when I said a singular wing.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, have fun with that. So those
that
are
a
everybody's
whole plate
characters.
for a
So
single
we have
I got them down.
an Astro Cola android who's repping Astro Cola, looking for anybody who wants to sign up. Just kind of representing the company. We have a explosives expert. There's a word for like
It's a loose word.
Demolitionist.
there's a word for like people who are crazy. It's like, you know, like an arsonist starts fires and
Demolitionist.
kleptomaniac steals things.
It's something.
You're whatever Junkrat is.
Oh God.
It's not
So-
pyromaniac.
There's a word for it.
Demomaniac.
Astromaniac.
Megalomaniac.
He's
Explosive
just a
It's-
maniac.
It's also like that guy that's in Atlantis.
I prefer
He's
the
also
term-
this.
Special.
Normal.
Normal.
Autistic.
Person.
Whoa.
Are those our special?
I prefer the term fun.
Yes. So I have written down secret missions that I will give everybody at some point.
I love that.
The way that secret missions work are they are just a side objective for your character. They do not, unless otherwise stated, take priority over the main
Main mission.
storyline.
Okay.
So the main mission here is, as far as y'all know, is to deliver this,
Restock the vending machine.
is restock the vending machines and pick up some cargo that you'll be delivering to your next location. Realistically, it's probably Astro Cola's has a deal with Ypsilon-14, and they probably need some of the metals that they're mining here to manufacture something. So you're here to restock the vending machine, maybe give out a couple freebies, then get your cargo and head back to AstroCorp headquarters.
Astrocola is like one of those companies that is like, yeah, we make the fuzz on tennis balls and also javelin missiles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. It's definitely a General Electric's vibe.
Yeah, it's like
It's like we make Coca-Cola, we make soda, and also we make powder that kills you instantly when you're asleep.
yeah.
Where was Astro Cola in the 1990s?
What
What were they?
Iran. All of them, really.
Arms deals.
Yeah, it's a real Tony Stark situation. We make buses and also death bombs.
It'd be cool if they made like mechs, like just
Probably do.
killer mechs.
That are always like, your death brought to you by Astro Cola. Refreshing. Just opening fire on civilians. All right. Thank you for checking out the Patreon. I hope you enjoyed Ypsilon-14.